Smoking has always seemed like an activity for cool guys. In high school, all the older kids would go outside to the designated smoking spot called the Smoker's Pit, which was just a dirt alley 10 meters from my school, and I was always scared to walk by them. In movies, the actors always look so cool when they're smoking, whether it's while driving a car or after an intense fight. I have only smoked a handful of times, but I always thought it might be something I could be good at. So sit back and relax as I teach you the wonderful ways of smoking. Before jumping into the smoking club, it's important to surround yourself with objects that resemble smoking. Next, you'll have to get used to the smell that will always emit from you. Finally, pick your favorite movie with an actor who smokes and practice all the moves they do. It turns out that movie cigarettes are actually cheaper than the real ones and far less addictive. So just go ahead and order some off Amazon. And it turns out you don't even need ID to do this. Once your fiance leaves for work early in the morning, grab your smokes, light one up, and begin relaxing. This will be the first of many peaceful, blissful moments in your life. Every milestone you achieve can now be celebrated with a drag of a tasty, refreshing cigarette. After a few weeks of smoking, you start to notice that you're always out of breath and food starts to taste worse. You're sleeping less and less, and because of this, you didn't properly put out one of your cigarettes, which could have been bad. You start noticing a significant change in your lifestyle and learn that maybe this was a bad idea. Apparently 8 million people die each year due to smoking-related causes, and because you don't want to be another statistic, it's time to quit. So dispose of the cigarettes any way you can and look for methods that help other people quit. A lot of them don't seem practical enough for you, but you found a post about someone learning how to quit through a special art form.
And I can also change up the lights. The purple's kind of cool, but I could make it brighter if you want me to make it brighter. Primarily, this is set up for group hypnosis.
Okay.
So I used to do free group hypnosis twice a month, and we would have the room sometimes packed. So, hypnosis is better described as a half awake, half asleep state. So hypnosis is not sleep. We want people retaining the ideas that I'm conveying to them when they are hypnotized. But it's also not fully awake either. I do what's called a hypnotic induction, which gets the client immersed in their inner world. It has the client suspend their usual analytical ways of thinking. Sometimes people stop smoking after one session and they see that as a miracle, but to me, not smoking ever is the nature we're all born into. And to do smoke inhalation on purpose at all is the anomalous behavior. The drug does not have any agency whatsoever. It's this substance. It has no brain, it has no mind, it has no voice. The idea that a drug addict has given up their agency, I believe, does more harm than good. I believe that, if we kind of look for where the person does have agency, even if it's harder, like when someone is addicted to drugs, it's harder to say no, but that doesn't make it absolutely impossible to say no, like they don't have a mind.
When I was in elementary school, a friend taught me a way to simulate smoking using a popular Canadian candy. Once I found this out, I made my mom buy me a whole pack of this candy, and in the morning before school, I would crush up the candy into a fine powder, roll it up in the plastic wrapper, and bring it to school to smoke at recess.
I'm going to show you how to roll a cigarette. Step 1. You will need cigarette papers, rolling tobacco, and a cigarette filter. Step 2. Do you really need a cigarette? If you've decided to make yourself stink, increase your chance of a serious terminal illness, and also do it all by your own hand, there's no better way than rolling your own cigarettes.
Who knew this early behavior could lead to something far worse, but at the same time was a healthy alternative to the actual problem? Sometimes the actions of our younger self can have a lasting effect well into our adulthood. When I was younger, I thought smoking rockets was cool, and as I got older, I thought smoking cigarettes was also going to be cool. Everyone is always trying to be someone different, but it's important to stay true to yourself. You can't blame your younger self for these thoughts, or else it would become an endless cycle of mental torture. Life is a long journey about learning what is best for you and the people you love. And sometimes the best thing to do is to pack up those thoughts, lock them in a deep closet, and forget about them forever.